Okay, let's look at the section 2.3, problem number 26. All right, so you have a quadratic function, s of x is given, which is negative 4x squared minus 8x minus 3. Then we have to find these things. All right, so let's do part A. We want to find intercepts, right? So easiest one to find would be a y-intercept. Remember that in order to find a y-intercept, right, what you need to do is set x equals to 0, right? So let's do that. So all you really have to do is try to evaluate s of 0, right? Which is going to be negative 4 times, right? You see x, so it's 0 squared, right? That's 0 anyway. Negative 8 times 0, that's still 0, and a minus 3, right? So obviously it's going to be negative 3. All right, so negative 3 is the y-intercept. All right, so if you want to find x-intercept, so x-intercept, right, it's going to be, all right, so we're going to set y equal to 0, which means that we're going to set the whole function equal to 0. All right, so you have negative 4x squared minus 8x minus 3, right? And set this whole function equal to 0, right? And the first thing I would do is I don't like to have a negative leading coefficient, so I'm going to actually multiply through by negative 1, right? So that you have 4x squared plus 8x plus 3 equals 0. All right, let's try to factor this out. So if you want to factor it out, so since we have to make a 4x squared, I would probably have 2x and a 2x. So you have a 2x here and a 2x here, right? Since these two numbers multiply together, we have to get 3. So it's probably 1 and a 3. All right, then we have to get the positive 8. So we have 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. So you're going to have a positive 1 here, and positive 3 would be okay. So just make sure 2x times 2x gives you 4x squared, right? 2x times 3 gives you 6x. 1 times 2x gives you 2x, combined together, 8x, right? Then 1 times 3 is 3, so that will work out. So we have to set that equal to 0, right? Which means that x must be, right? So we have to set this guy equal to 0, which is negative 1/2, right? And if you set this guy equal to 0, you're going to get negative 3/2, right? So those are the x-intercepts. All right, so let's do part B. All right, we're looking for vertex. All right, so we're gonna complete the square to rewrite s of x in vertex form. All right, so we have s of x is equal to, right? Remember the first step is to factor out the negative 4 from the first two terms. All right, so you have x squared, right? So negative 4 is factored out from negative 8x, so it's going to be plus 2x, right? Then give a little bit of room, and then put the negative 3 right at the end, right? All right, then think about the number, third number we need would be, 1/2 of 2, which is 1 squared. 1 squared is 1, so I'm gonna add 1 here, then subtract 1 there. All right, then we have, just to simplify, so -4 is still there. And I'm going to keep the first three terms, which is x squared plus 2x plus 1, since we can complete the square using those three terms, right? Then we have to distribute -4 to this leftover term, -1. So -4 times -1 is +4, right? Then you have -3 there, right? All right, then we can complete the square. So -4 is there, right? Then you have x. All right, 1/2 of 2 is +1 squared. And a 4 combined with -3 is +1. All right, so we have that. So the vertex is going to be, let's see, so vertex is, it's got +1, which means that the x-coordinate of the vertex is -1, right? Because this will shift to the left by 1 unit, and +1, so it's going to be 1 here, right? So you have to negate this number to get the x-coordinate, and you can use that number straight. It's going to be 1. So this is the vertex of this function. All right. Then part C, we want to find a maximum or minimum. All right. You can see that since there's a negative sign here, which means that there's a reflection about the x-axis is involved. So which means that the graph is going to be a facing down parabola. So it's going to face down, right? Then we know that the minimum do not exist, but the maximum is going to be at the vertex, right? So maximum will occur at, so this is going to be a function, oops, sorry. So function going to be s, right? This happens when x is -1, right? So this is going to be, the maximum value is +1. Right? So we know that this is going to be maximum, and the value is 1. All right, range is fairly easy to find since maximum value is 1, and it can take any number below that, including 1. So it's going to be negative infinity all the way to 1, and including 1. All right? So that's the range of this quadratic function s of x. All right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.